episode 94. I am your co-host, Pisky, and I'm joined, as always, by the one and only Godfather, he warned me right out of the gate, Pisk. I'm pissed off today. Today, I'm furious. Well, there's a lot of shit going on, right? Cryptocurrency is crashing. What the hell is going on there?
Not the first time for that, so that's okay,
I'm being attacked on X or Twitter for being too nice.
I told you.
And
I told you
World War III just broke out.
Shit. I told you. Now some mofo is what? Don't send me shit like that. Don't.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm running around. I'm being a good son. I'm being a good father. Being a good husband. You send me 127.54. I hope you're sitting down. How am I supposed to take that? And then I'm listening to this stupid podcast, and this fucking loser starts off the worst, follows with you.
I don't know what to say. First of all, let
me tell you something. Another thing. You on X or Twitter, whatever the fuck we're gonna call it. You say something about hugging it out at Bet Bash. Let's go for stakes on me. Not with me, you're not.
You don't like that positivo response?
No. We're doing it negativo way.
Okay.
We eat steaks with that fucking guy. He's paying. And we're going to the Golden Steer where I have 9 fucking lobster tails as an app.
I like your style. That
don't.
This is how
listen
you
to me. Listen to me. I'm a family man.
You are?
Okay. I have 3 daughters.
You do?
I have 3 daughters. I have 8 different godchildren. Because when people look for guidance to lead their children in a spiritual fashion, they come to me. They came to me. 8.
Okay.
I'm a protective person. Do you understand? Okay. I have a fictional, estranged son. I don't like anybody talking about him. You understand? End of story. Let's go.
I appreciate
my computer is about to fly off this table. Have you even had one conversation with this fucking guy? One?
No. I do not know him. I do not engage with him. He's from what I understand.
What he said. What he said. When are you flexing? You wouldn't spend 5. Yeah, it sounded to me that his issue with you is you were flexing or something about steaks or whatever. Yeah, you talk about steaks way too fucking much. Yeah, so what? With all the douchebaggery that's going on Twitter, you start that section. And I'm not saying the podcast that it was on either, because I'm not giving them any clout, because I got a sneaky suspicion about those mofos too.
Yes, you voiced that to me several different occasions. So, yeah, I mean, if they're looking for engagement and no press is good press,
you're looking for engagement.
Who knows? So, what the Godfather is losing his marbles about here, folks, is I guess I was mentioned on another podcast saying that I am the worst follow in #gambling Twitter, which I think is a good thing. And now the Godfather's gonna get pissed off at Pisky Positivo, but I want nothing to do with gambling Twitter. I am not online to be part of that community. I can't stand it, to be honest.
Me neither.
I've met a lot of good people on the internet, but by no means am I part of this little cult and disgusting thing that thinks they're the smartest people out there and I'm better than you because I know more about closing line value. And this sharp sports betting community sucks. Sorry, folks. They suck. There's no personality. It's a bunch of people just competing with each other. And then you have a nice guy that comes in that likes to keep things positive and talk about different different things. And yeah, I guess they don't like that. And there's a lot of them out there that do not like me in the slightest. Which is fine. I guess you cannot please everyone. That's one thing that I've obviously learned on social media through the years that I've been doing it. But
my glasses are getting steamed.
Fogged up.
Fogged up.
So the Godfather can't handle criticism, even if it's directed towards me at all, whether it's warranted or not warranted. But I mean, if anything, I've learned over the last 3 years of putting myself out there on a daily occasion.
I told you not to do it. I told you.
There's a lot of people out there that project their issues and their problems and their insecurities on you, especially if they see you gaining some traction, or especially if they see you, heaven forbid, sharing some positive shit out there, trying to make the world a little bit brighter of a place. A lot of people, that upsets a lot of people. And, to each their own. It does not bother me in the slightest. Like I said, I have no intention of being part of that gambling community. I do not even consider myself a gambler. And I know that's confusing to a lot of you, but that's the truth. Right? The only time Pisky Positivo is making a bet in his life, and it doesn't have to be sports betting, it could be anywhere, is if there is a perceived edge. If I'm going to turn $10 into 11. That's it. I am not part of this gambling community. And when shit like this busts up and catches fuego, it's a reminder for me to get the F out, continue pressing to do other things, because like I said, I have no intention of being part of this. But
when you sent me that link, I was in an Uber because I was busy today doing family shit. You understand? Mm-hmm. So when you said make sure you're sitting down, I didn't even open it. I didn't even open it in the Uber because I can't risk a car accident happening. Okay. And I'm thinking to myself, I took a look at the caption. I'm saying, the fuck? Because I thought you sent it to me because you were rejoicing in the fact that somebody was breaking my colognes. And I'm thinking to myself, how could it be me? I stay clear. Okay, I might like a Francesco Greco post now and then, whatever, right? But I mean, I don't get involved in this shit. I don't get involved in dick swinging competitions, because that's all that is.
No, it's toxic as.
And
toxic as fuck.
I'm listening for a couple of minutes, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't see anything negative here. And then I hear the home run part of it. Now we're going to change our attention to the worst. What?
You know what? I like from the angle that.
And then the other guy, the host. Don't let me hear a friend of ours. Blah 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 blah. Don't let me hear you say this shit. Okay? Because even. He half-assed tried to, I like Pisky. He's been on the show. No. If he was a friend of yours, a friend of ours, he would have said, "Hey, okay, the guy's annoying. I call you annoying every fucking day."
Well, his guest is definitely one of the most annoying.
Don't talk to me about having steaks in Vegas. Don't.
I mean, okay. And we gotta move on for this, but clearly the Godfather does not like when Pisky gets attacked online. And the whole tweet thing with the steak thing that this guy was referring to is
clear that up for me.
I made a list of all the things that very successful sports bettors do. Eat at steakhouse, fine dining at steakhouses, first class on planes.
Of all the things to criticize you,
but he misunderstood the tweet. The tweet was like, be thankful for it. Because a lot of people would give their left nut to be able to successfully bet on sports and do some of the things that sharp bettors do.
I told you,
right?
Stay under the radar. Stay under the radar. You went and posted condos full of winning tickets. I told you that the Malocchio is real. And these people that say they're your friends, they're not your friends.
Well, I don't.
Not.
well, there's a lot of those guys I don't consider my friends, not even acquaintances. Like I
Well,
never even
no,
spoke
but
word
I
to
don't.
this guy.
Don't engage with them.
I don't. All those dweebs are muted. Like I don't. Why would I engage
No,
with them?
apparently he had to mute you. Fuck off. Who is this fucking guy?
I don't know. Like I say, just one of these gambling
Whatever.
Twitter dweebs.
Whatever.
I don't know what to say. Anyways, yeah, moving on.
Moving on. For good.
Crazy. Speaking of steaks, Godfather, our bracket contest has come to an end.
It was never a contest. I never agreed to Stugatz. You win. You want a fucking steak so bad. Have one in Vegas with your fucking new pal.
This is great. This is great. We need shit like this to pop off every Friday before we hit play on this.
Fucking terrible day, and then I get this fucking shit thrown at me.
Wow, there's a lot going on right now. What? Okay, hold on. We got to settle this steak thing. So I jotted down a quick list of Toronto steakhouses that I'm sure will excite a lot of people, and it definitely excites me. And I'm going to get you to choose one here, Godfather. So we start with Harbor. What do you mean? I won fair and square with 2 brackets, not 3. 2. You did 3. I did 2, and I still beat you. So Harbor 60 is the first one. You know what? I'm going to let you off the hook there because the last time I went to Harbor 60, it was polluted with prostitutes. And after Costa Rica, I still have not fully healed from Hola Massage. So we're going to take a pass on Harbor 60 because that one's a little expense too. So I'm going to cut you some slack there. What about Highs? HY''S?
It's pronounced T's, but that's
okay.
It? Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. And your glasses are fogging up. This is
yeah,
great.
Man. They're fogging up because I'm the temperature in this room is hot. We can't start to show off. You can't send me. You can't send me this shit. I'm a tad take things a tad personally. And
you think?
I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't. But this is the douchebag world we live in, and this is the way it goes. Whatever. It's just words, bro. You wouldn't fucking say shit to nobody if you had to.
We're getting off track here. We're
okay. Sorry. Okay.
We're celebrating.
Whatever. No, we're not celebrating Stugatz, but whatever. We start off, brackets, whatever. If Purdue had won, you could have been. I'm third. I would have finished 9th. We both would have been in the money. That would have been okay. What do I see? Again, Pisky Positivo. Who the fuck are you waving at anyway?
The cleaner, June. My buddy. Someone that likes me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not doing the steakhouse thing? Hi, it's Barbarians.
Barbarians? Yeah, we can do Barbarians.
Okay, let's do Barbarians. You know what? I have a story from Highs. So I took Brit there once. It was right after the pandemic when we were finally allowed to go back out. Poor Brit, she ordered everything like tableside, didn't realize. So Buddy, our server, like wanted to go home, and she kept ordering like these like banana flambés and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, Jesus Cristo!" But while we were doing that, we had looked down. There was 2 females sitting at the bar at Highs, and they were decked out in jogging gear, like just complete comfies, sweats, amazing. And that
in a steakhouse.
In a steakhouse. And that, I think, is pure happiness. What do you think about that, Godfather?
I don't want to hear you talking about happiness, positivity, none of that today, okay? I don't want to hear nothing about that stuff.
That one
We're doing this episode my way. Fire and more fire, okay?
Okay.
I told you to stop with this frickin' shit. And I apologize to your parents and all your family for swearing so much, but anyway, let's go. Your bracket got more points than mine. Congratulations.
Crosstalk violation. I'm throwing flags left, right, and center. This is out of control.
You better get your red cards ready.
Is it okay? So we're doing Barbarians. I've never been to Jacobs & Co. Can we go there?
No, douchebaggery.
Barty. Yeah. Well, Barty's going for lunch. That's out.
No, that's out.
Black and Blue. That's another place on King Street.
No.
Blue Bloods. That's at Casa Loma. That's no. Yeah. That's not. We're not going on a date. No. Okay, so it's Barbarians. Okay, everyone, Barbarians. Stay posted. Stay posted to the worst follow on Twitter for content about barbarians in the near future. Thank you, Godfather. And someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. What can I say to you? But
you know what? You know what's sad? I'll
what?
tell you what's sad. That I've been in that. We've both been doing that pool for over a decade, and it's very unfortunate that this year is going to be the last year, because I don't want to fucking play for anything. I don't want to compete because I don't want to compete.
You love competition. Dude, when we're putting our bets in, I feel like you get pissed when I put more in than you do.
That's ludicrous. You see what I mean? Like, you're just...
It's not. It's not.
No, you're ludicrous. It's ludicrous. Just because I ask you, that great action from that book. That doesn't mean...
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I can feel it.
No,
here's another thing, folks. I'll let you know. Every time it's just the amount. So the amount is, touch and go because we have different outs and whatnot. But when I beat them in price, if I get something a little cheaper, I can tell it bothers the Godfather. That's who we're dealing with. So the guy that says that he doesn't like competition and he wants to knock this bracket contest off to show who's a better man.
Clearly,
whoever picks a better bracket is more of a man. Is a better man all around. That's common knowledge, is it not?
You know what? I'm about to jump ship and jump and jump on Buddy's side pretty soon. Okay.
Okay. The counter. So this Toastmasters thing. I want to quickly talk about Toastmasters. Every time I say every time you say I notice it now. So we got to be perfect speakers going forward. I'm going to start documenting. And that's the next thing that we're going to compete on.
Okay.
So last night I had Toastmasters meeting number 4. I am signing up. I'm a full member at Toastmasters now. And I did it. I went up in front of everyone. There's a table topics exercise that happens, and they just hit you with a question. Okay, so last night's table topic host had 28, I think, questions lined up. You go up, you pick a number. 16 is my number. 16. What's the question? The question is, if you had a late night talk show, who would be the guest that you would bring on? And what do you think I answered?
Well, I know the answer due to your persistence with social media. And again, what did I respond to you? Publicly, even. You wasted your bullet on me?
It's the first thing that came to mind. Right off the top of my head. I said, first of all, I am a host. And who else would I bring on other than the Godfather? The guy with all the character, with all the pizzazz, with all the charisma.
Yeah, I said the first 18 minutes of this podcast was just full of charisma.
So that went down. I didn't win the table topics, I guess, contest of the night, unfortunately. So my speech wasn't that good. I can be better. But like I mentioned in my TikTok, Godfather, the word of the day was antagonist. Well, now, would you describe me as an antagonist, or
what? Maybe? Yeah, antagonist from when you were like 4 years old.
So
yeah, that's just the beginning. Antagonist with you.
So this Pisky Positivo thing, right? The only reason
makes me mental. That's what makes me mental is that this Positivo shit is new. This is a new you.
All the Positivo thing is, I think I've said this before on the pod. The Positivo thing is just to remind me to stay positive because it's so easy to get on Twitter.
Who are these other people that are giving you heat, according to?
Oh, dude, there's a big group of them on Twitter.
That's really? Okay. Well, that's good. Well, see,
so I don't.
You don't show me those things. That's good.
No,
keep it that way.
No,
keep it that way.
I don't screw with Twitter too much because there's a lot of. That's not fair. Twitter has a lot of good aspects to it, and there is a lot of great people that I've met on Twitter. But I gotta steer my direction different on there because I don't want to deal with all the sports betting bullshit. I really don't. Right? I know, obviously, being in the industry for as long as I have, I know quite a bit about sports betting, but that's not the direction I want to try. I want to go and I want to meet different people. I want to yell and scream about how crypto went down, 40% in the last 2 hours. What the hell is going on there? That's the kind of shit that I want to talk about.
That much? Just
No, maybe not that much, but pretty bad. Anyways, antagonists. So yes, that is the thing that was the word of the day. And
a lot of red. I don't like red. My least favorite color.
Yeah, well, and yeah. So that the thing with the Positivo thing is just to remind myself not to pick up Twitter or TikTok or whatever and start screaming about how shit the weather is in Toronto. It's a reminder. Positivo doesn't do that, right? So that's all it is, right? I am an antagonist. I like to get under the Godfather's skin. I like to go toe-to-toe with him when he wants to argue with me.
But that's okay, because I allow that. That's different. But these other people, like, let me ask you just a question, because, you want to get off the topic. I don't. What credentials, what credentials do these people have to make an assessment on best and worst follows, blah, blah? What are their credentials? What? So what? I go to my cupboard and go grab a Pinnacle hat, and all of a sudden I can say whatever I want? Is that what it is? I'm a funny guy. That guy thought he was funny. Funny how? No, I don't accept.
But look what we're doing.
I don't accept their bullshit. That's why don't tell me we're having steaks with anybody. Okay?
We're going to Barbarian for steak.
Yeah, me and you, whatever. Do your little video thing to a fucking bet that I didn't fucking agree to. Whatever.
You did. We can go back. But
let's go back.
Let's come on. We got to move on past this. No, this is what they want.
They get what they get. You know that's my fucking way.
Okay, so because of this Toastmasters thing, and you always give me shit for not going up every single time, and I told you it's a little tough when you get up there. We're going to try this exercise. We're going to do a table topic right here, right now, on the Always Betting podcast. Are you ready? I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to give me an answer.
This is so staged and so stupid.
What do you mean so staged? Not staged. No, because you're not expecting it like me. Like I don't know what
I'm not expecting it, but I know you're going to ask me a question that's going to trigger me, and then you're going to say, hey, calm down, take it easy. Whatever.
No.
You fucking think I'm scared to talk? Who, me?
Listen up, Toastmasters and fellow guests. Describe a situation where you were in the wrong and tell us how you accepted it.
Me in the wrong?
Is there your earphones working or?
Yeah, my earphones are working. First of all, you're not a married man. I got 2 minutes.
2 minutes on the clock.
I'm a married man. I'm wrong all the time. How do I accept it? I accept it and be a better person, because life is too short to live trying to figure out who's right and who's wrong. We move forward. We don't look back. You got another fucking question for me?
I don't think you're allowed to swear. I think the gavel will come down.
Yeah, whatever. That's why. Don't bring me there.
That was pretty good, though. That was pretty good. On the spot like that, not bad. I was sure, because of this antagonist thing and because of the question I got, I was sure you were going to come out of like one of the closets or something like that in there.
Closets? Don't use a different.
Oh yeah. Jeez, look at this. Look at. No, okay. Next topic of conversation is what the hell is going on with my fantasy baseball stud Shohei Ohtani. Dude, there is the more like
before you continue, do we have another imaginary bet there that I don't fucking know about?
No.
Okay.
No. That's just to again reinforce who's the better man. Whoever's better at fantasy baseball.
You're the better man. You're positive. I'm negative. Yeah, whatever.
What's going on with Shohei? Do you believe it? Like the more that comes out, the more that makes me go, "Oh my god, they just got to stop. They got to stop." But dude, this interpreter dude, did I read it? I'm pretty sure I read it right.
I read some pretty big numbers.
pretty big numbers, but pretty big time. This guy's looking at 30 years.
Sure.
Like, there's a fall guy. Okay, you do some probation, blah blah blah. You know, you
Not
come
for
out, you come out, you have a nice mansion in
no.
Japan, and you live happily ever after. 30 years in prison? That's more than a fall.
It's more than a fall.
That's
Absolutely.
more than way more than a fall guy. That might be Sammy the Bull. What do you think?
I don't know about that, but he's in trouble, man. He did that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he did that
do you
shit.
think it was just him? Do you think Shohei? I know we talked about this 2 episodes ago, but more details have come out, so we're going to talk about it a little more. But do you think Shohei had no idea? Because first he did. First he was paying it for Buddy. Then he didn't. Then he changed his story. And we're talking losses of $40 million here. Nobody knew anything. No one talking. No one sweating. No one's having an off day, and you're like, bro, what's wrong? Every time we watch a football game, you're swearing, you're throwing rocks. What the hell's going on here?
Well, you know what? Again, it's just a personal opinion, and that's worthless in today's world. I can't believe that he didn't know nothing, but I don't know.
Doesn't look great. I haven't traded him yet, folks. I know I told you guys that he was on the trading block, but I have not pulled the trigger there yet because it's just how do you trade something like that? You know how good this guy is? Do you know how nice it feels to open that Yahoo app every single day and see a 2-for-4 with 2 ribbies? Couple runs scored too, like just dominating.
I know. Yeah.
What's wrong? You want to talk about?
I gotta cool down now. I mean, I gotta cool down.
Cool down.
I don't like your topics today. I don't like your topics today. We were personally attacked because if they attack you, they're attacking me.
Yeah.
By default.
Well,
by association.
Maybe. I don't.
No, what do you mean maybe?
Can we move on from this? Why are you still talking about it?
We don't take. Oh, I don't take the to be offended. It's up there with Shohei Ohtani's fucking interpreter.
Translator. Okay,
it's right up there.
Listen, I'm going to read you a couple things here from Shohei Ohtani's interpreter because there were.
I hope it's the one I read. Let me see.
Well, average wager about $12,000. So to me, that says 11,000 to win 10,000. So 10 times a bet. Largest wager 160K. What the fuck was that on? Pardon my language, Mom. Smallest wager about $10. That's a little strange, right? That makes no sense.
It happens sometimes.
Fat fingered, maybe tried to put in 1,000 when he was drunk.
Didn't pay attention to the maximum wager for your account, and you still click go. I got more shit to get. Yeah.
Total losing bets doesn't really matter. Winnings, losses, net losses 40.7 million. Okay, but where is the transfer? So did he stiff the bookie for 20? Because I heard that he paid 16 million, or he stole 16 million from Shohei. Yeah. What happened to the rest? Outstanding. Guy stiffed a bookie in California for 24 million. How's that going to go? Right? We're just going to forget about that? Do bookies do that? Bookies forget about big debts like that? Organized crime. 24 million to the Gambino family. They just forget about that?
Yeah.
I mean, these are just regular questions.
These
right?
are regular questions.
Regular questions. Okay, so there's more that came out here. A text to...
From what I understand, though, the bookie got arrested.
I think so.
Yes, and so he's the one that chirped and led them to...
To be honest, I don't even really know how it all went. I think so. I think that was the case. No, I think it was a federal investigation.
Yeah.
That it showed up. This guy was...
There you go.
Placing bets illegally.
Who's this Japanese customer of yours that...
Yeah. So,
did you see the quote where he basically sent the bookie a text, the interpreter?
Yep.
And said, I guess I'm not too good at this sports betting thing.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And
I love that line. I say that every other day.
I mean, another text that came through. I guess the Mr. Translator dude was not answering his phone. You know how that happens, right? Don't you hate when that happens, when you owe people like a lot of money and then all of a sudden you're like stop getting service on your phone? Like,
I hate
man,
that.
I hate
Absolutely.
when that happens. It's so annoying when that happens.
You need a
It
good
happens.
carrier.
Okay, just to let everyone know, it happens on the bookie side as well, right? When the bookie owes you a lot of money and all of a sudden, I don't know, he keeps
Can't
going
get hold
away
of
for
him.
weekends. I can't get
Can't
busy,
get hold of him.
busy.
Can't get a hold of him.
I don't know. But yeah, Mr. Translator wasn't answering his phone, so he gets this text. Hey, I'm here in Newport Beach and I see Ohtani walking his dog. I'm just going to go up and talk to him and ask how I can get in touch with you since you're not responding. I mean, that's fair, right? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Most of these transfers went through in 2022, 2023, $15 million. But here's another fucking question. How, in God's name, are you putting this shit through the bank? Someone answer me that, please. DM us, comment on this video on YouTube. How you doing that?
I don't know.
Who at the bank is processing this and not asking questions? What are you telling them it's for? Who on the receiving end is putting this in their bank account? That is nuts. That is nuts. I've never heard of that. I have never lost to a bookie and said, hey, bro, mind if I wire you this to your personal bank account? What are we talking about? And I ain't losing 14 million or millions at a pop, 7 figures, whatever. Oh, man. But see, it just doesn't make sense. There's so many things that don't make sense. And here's the next thing that doesn't make sense to me. So I was digging for the podcast. I was digging, trying to get some facts together, these tweets that I'm reading you, or I guess these texts that I'm reading you. Then I came across a Business Insider article. Now, if anyone pays attention to Barstool Sports and Dave Portnoy, Business Insider are complete liars, right? They're crooks. So take this with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's legit or not, but Business Insider had an interview with an offshore sports book named BetUS. And the BetUS representative, apparently, before this interview even started, said that, and I quote, according, again, to the Business Insider article. Hold on, where is it? I'm getting to it. Sorry, obviously, don't have it ready. Okay, here we go. Overall, the number of wagers and amount of money Missouri, that's the guy, the translator, is accused of working with themselves are so bad that Williams, that sounds like a fake name to me, but Williams from this place called BetUS, wanted to preface the interview with Business Insider by stating that BetUS would never take action like that. Williams surmised that the high wagers Mr. Translator placed indicate an illegal operation with a predatory bookmaker. Huh. So, you have someone that, there was another guy on Twitter that broke it down, is losing 17% on every sports wager they make, which is almost an impossible number. Like, you got to be almost an impossible number, honestly. ROI of minus 17% is insane. Like, what the hell are you betting on? Let us see the bets. That's what I want to say to the prosecutors and everyone that's involved. Let us see the bets. Let us betting people dissect if this is what you're saying is true. But you have a better losing this kind of money, and you're telling me one of the offshore sports books, one of the main offshore sports books in the industry today, is saying we're not taking that losing action. What the hell is that? Now again, Business Insider, I've heard they're liars, so this could be full of shit, but that is a crock of shit. You're telling me, BetUS, is that how you pronounce it, BetUS? I don't know. I don't know about these people.
I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know anything about these guys. But you're telling me if someone with a Japanese name that you Googled and was affiliated with Shohei Ohtani wanted to send you $1 million via Bitcoin and start playing at your sports book, you would say, no, we're not taking that action? Not for us? You guys aren't predatory? You don't take on recreational action and kick out sharp action? That's what predatory means, right? Everyone advertising to the recreational gamblers out here in Ontario, but someone that kind of knows what they're doing comes in and you don't take their action? That sounds predatory to me. Bet US not into that? Not taking losing action like that? Okay. I think we've beat. I think I proved my point here.
I think.
Moving on.
I think the gist is yes. We got the gist.
You got it.
It's a terrible situation.
No, it is. It is. All jokes aside, it sucks, and
because baseball and gambling, there's precedence there for any. Hopefully the guy's clean because I like him, even though you got him. Blah blah blah. 2 for 4, two runs, 2 RBIs, whatever.
He's a superstar.
I can't get my glasses steamed up again. It's bad for the podcast.
You keep talking about your heat, dude. This phone booth is like on extra spicy today. It is boiling in here. So I'm gonna crack it a little bit here, try to get some air. But holy shit! Okay, so the other thing that we got to quickly revisit. I'm gonna play a video for you guys. Shaq's response to the Jonte Porter betting thing, right? You guys, we talked about it two podcasts ago.
Silver made a, he said, it's the ultimate sin.
Oh, by far.
And it's going to carry, if it's proven, it's going to carry lifetime ban.
No, it has to. It has to. Yeah. They got to make an example out of this guy. And what are you doing? Because now it's starting to surface that he was the one placing the bets on himself.
Yeah. Well,
with a legalized sports bet, like, come on, bro. But here's Shaq's response to it.
Yeah,
Porter, the younger brother of Michael Porter Jr., being investigated right now for questionable moments that may impacted betting. How would you feel about your teammate if it ended up being true?
I'd have to punch him in his face.
So we're going to go right past having a conversation.
Oh, yeah, there ain't going to be no conversation. One, why? You just messed up your money. You messed up your family's money. And now you got them people looking at us.
So if you were Commissioner Shaq, what's the punishment?
He would have to give his whole salary back. And you got 30 days. You got 30 days to pay that $450 that you're making. You got $450 to pay the league back. Plus whatever the person made, $250 that, you got to pay me $650. You got 30 days. You don't get that done, you're banned from all leagues. NBA, Europe, you can't ever play again.
Banned from basketball.
All leagues. You can't even go to elite overtime. Done.
There you go. We're always promoting other podcasts here on the Always Betting Podcast. That's Shaq's podcast. That might be something to tune in.
Solid.
He is solid. Do you agree? Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I
agree too. Yeah. Shaq's the man.
When Shaq talks about basketball, see, that's the difference. You see that podcast? Right? You have a Hall of Famer talking, right? Us minions sit down. We listen. We can maybe have a difference of opinion or whatever, but there's credentials there.
Okay. Yeah. What?
Gambling Twitter? No credentials. Oh. Just fucking mouths.
You're right. You're right, Godfather. Absolutely.
Okay. What are you doing now? You're looking at your phone. You're doing somebody from WeWork saying I'm too loud again? No, I don't care. You pay money to stay there.
That's why I have these things on, so nobody can hear you loud. Just myself and our poor viewers and listeners.
Listen, with 6 more podcasts, you don't have to deal with me. Go get another partner.
Yeah, that break is going to feel good. Honestly, I don't want to sound like a complainer, but it's tough, folks. Bringing things to the table every single week is really tough. What are we talking about? What are you doing? Praying? What's going on here?
No,
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you. You really pissed me off with this steak in Vegas thing.
Come on. What? You want me to... What would your response be? Actually, don't answer that question. We have to get over this. Don't answer that. Okay.
Move on.
Next thing, I just want to give a quick rundown. Again, this has been talked about in prior episodes of this podcast, but a couple people actually were recently asking me about sports betting apps in Vegas for Canadians. And it is common knowledge. I lived there last football season, and yeah, I used everything available to me except two places. So I'm going to quickly, I've done this before, but I'm going to quickly run it down because maybe someone's about to go to Las Vegas and wants to hit the books, and I can save them a couple minutes by saying, avoid this place, go to this place. First and foremost, I'm pretty much just going to read the tweet that I put out. Circa, that's the best place, hands down. You're not going to find better than that. If you're going to Circa and you're going to play there, well, first of all, be careful because Circa is the most difficult sports book to beat in Las Vegas. They're actual bookmakers there. They know what they're doing. They're going to bait you in. Yeah, they're going to bait you. Shout out. Yeah, gotta give credit where credit is due. They are a pinnacle. They are a BetCris. They know what they're doing in terms of bookmaking. So very tough to beat there. But if you do go down to Circa, make sure you go to the counter and you ask for Jeffrey Benson, who's been on this podcast. Tell him Pisky and the Godfather sent you, and I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that will land a couple drink tickets in your pocket because they know how to do customer service. They do it the old school way, and I can go on. I can do an entire podcast episode about everything good about Circa, so definitely 100%. Go and check it out. 100%. But again, be careful, tough to beat. My second favorite app while I was there was Caesars. They took a fair bet. Yeah, I really like the rewards program. Awesome. You guys remember? You were along for the ride there. I finally in January got to Diamond Plus, which allowed me to get three or four. Four?
Diamond Plus was four.
Four complimentary cocktails daily in Las Vegas. Joke was on them. I was living across the street from Caesar's Palace, so I would always walk over, go get a Negroni, go get an old fashioned, sit down, enjoy it.
I loved those 11:30 Negronis, only to be followed up with four more at 12:02.
Exactly. It resets at midnight. So that was our trick. The Godfather and I would go and slam down a couple quick Negronis, and then midnight strikes, and we switch over to the nightcap old fashioned. So hey, Vegas, baby. The bad news there, two pieces of bad news. Number one, I think they've drastically reduced their rewards program for sports. So that sucks big time. Second terrible news is I don't think they accept Canadians anymore. One of the guys that likes my content out there, I forget the name exactly, but he said, Pisky, I was there in January of this year, and they would not let me sign up because I had no social security number, which is a big problem out there with a lot of these books. So
that's very unfortunate news.
Yeah, jump on chat or something before you're going down there to check out to see if it still exists. Number 3 was the Superbook, Westgate.
Yeah.
Good spot. Chopped the limits right away. They didn't like the halftime shit that we were playing at the time. They chopped the limits, but still usable. I think I was still able to get dimes on most stuff. And again, we don't do a lot of pregame like popular shit. So maybe if you're playing pregame NFL, like the limits are
it might be okay. Yeah, huge. You should preface that.
But if you're hitting them on live, you're hitting them on second half shit, which we were doing. They chop like pretty much instantaneously. But I was still able to accrue a lot of rewards points. And let's tell everyone about probably our favorite steakhouse in Las Vegas.
Yeah, that for me, value-wise, Edge Steakhouse.
Edge is fantastic. Yeah, there is a actual value in that. Now, it is at the Westgate. I think that's why the value exists, because the Westgate is not on the Strip, right? Wow. So definitely check out, if you're going to Westgate and you're getting the rewards points and everything, definitely check out Edge. The bread they serve you, like it's like a Yorkshire pudding before. Like I know, go to a steakhouse in Vegas and
you're talking about the bread.
The idiot's talking about the bread.
You can go to as many Toastmaster fucking meetings as you want. I gotta.
Yeah,
this is what I'm here for. I gotta
another great
you.
thing. The thank you for guiding me, Godfather, and protecting me against all the internet bullies. The mac and cheese is phenomenal at this place as well, and obviously the steaks are great too. Yeah, Stations Casino was the 4th place I used. They were usable. I think they gave me dimes as well. Rewards program wasn't too great. I think we got a couple lunches out of it. And the Full Dog, when he came to town at the end, we just basically used a giant free play on some slots, tried to double up. We didn't. We lost it all. But it wasn't great. It wasn't great, but usable. So Stations is definitely something that you can sign up to, and you don't have to worry too much about getting the chop there. It'll eventually come, but decent. The next one was Boyd Gaming. They would not accept Canadians. They wouldn't let me sign up. But the Full Dog had an account that he funded and
grandfathered. Yes, I remember that.
And may or may not have let me use it for the duration of the football season. So shout out to the Full Dog.
Yes.
The two places that you do not want to waste your time with. Number one, Resorts World. I hate that place. Honestly,
you really didn't like that place.
I do not like that place for many reasons.
You wouldn't even let me walk through the lobby. You said no.
No.
No. I hate this place.
Don't support. Their food court sucks. Okay? Their rooftop place, like they have a Legacy Club. Legacy Club is at Circa. I highly recommend checking that place out. Probably one of the best in Vegas. They have a Legacy Club. It's called, I think it might be called Ghost Bar. No, it's not called Ghost Bar.
No, it's not Ghost
Bar. Ghost Bar was at the Palms. I recommend going there. There's value there.
That was good there.
Yeah. $12 Grey Goose pours on the rooftop at the bar. Yeah. You're not going to find that anywhere else in Vegas. But Resorts World, anyways, you got to go up there. There's a minimum spend if you sit down, and I don't know, the atmosphere kind of sucked. I'm not a fan of Resorts World, and they limited my account severely.
Yeah, what, right? 6 bets in or something?
One of these Godfathers, like W32 or something stupid like that, and not even that. They would like screw around with me. You put in a live bet. Sometimes they accept it right away. Other times it spins. You like spinning, Godfather? You like when you put in bets and it just spins?
Dude, you can't ask me questions you know the answer to. Of course I don't.
Don't waste your time there.
Don't waste your time.
Garbage. And anyway, yeah. Leave it at that. The second place, don't waste your time at the Win. The Win jazzed themselves up to be like a high class, fancy, high roller kind of place. Not in sports betting, they are.
Not for sports betting, no chance.
The most pathetic limits I've ever witnessed at a sports betting establishment in my entire career. The Win is brutal. And don't waste your time. Done. Move on. BetMGM was another place that is available, but not to Canadians. Every single time that I went to the MGM Grand, they have a bunch of salespeople camped out around the sportsbook to grab any male walking through the casino. Hey, come here, did you get our app? It's so much easier to do the app. And I kept going there to hit their kiosks because we know some of their lines are a little sleepy. So, yeah, every single time I would say, okay, I absolutely want to sign up to your app. And as soon as I said the word Canadian, immediate cut off. They're like, no, we can't. I'm like, can you talk to someone? Can you escalate this? Blah, blah, blah. Absolutely not. They don't want any Canadians.
Let me make the obvious comment. And I guess what's super, super surprising to me, I mean, Las Vegas is built as an international entertainment mecca. Mm-hmm. How can you ban Canadians? How can you ban, it just doesn't sound
get
right.
With the times. It's 2020, well, it was 2022 then, but
I was super surprised when I saw you struggling and arguing with these guys, trying to open an account, and it's like, are you kidding me? I don't get that, but...
Golden Nugget was another one that offered an app while I was there, but I never got down to open it. So I have no idea if they accept Canadians or not. And apparently, apparently they don't have it anymore. Someone on Twitter said that. Someone nice on Twitter said that.
Don't remind me.
And the last place is the South Point. South Point has real bookmakers as well. Yeah. I think I'm pretty sure they do limit there. I never got to South Point. I probably should have, but I never got out there. And apparently, according to our boy Matty Ice, shout out to Matty Ice, he asked the counter the last time he was there, and they said yes, they will allow Canadians to sign up to their app.
Wow, there you go.
That's something that off the beaten path a little bit, but could be another option.
Whenever I see big bets on X and Twitter, people that actually show receipts, this South Point is predominant. I see a lot of
Jimmy Vaccaro.
My boy,
member of the Sports
Hall of Fame member. That's right.
Yes,
correct.
Yeah, I got some picks with Jimmy.
If Jimmy Vaccaro fucking throws shade your way, we accept it. We accept it. We try to be better people.
That's it. Use constructive criticism. Absolutely. So that's it. And in a nutshell, so this was someone, I believe, from La Belle Provence that asked me about this. That was the main person. because he said that he was thinking about doing something similar, going down there to grind for a football season. I said, honestly, dude, to be perfectly transparent, it's way better coming to Ontario than it would be to Vegas, because through that list, what are you dealing with? 3, 4, 5 outs tops.
Tops,
One of them being a professional
tops.
place that accepts any bets, which means they're really good at what they do.
That was a real eye opener for me, having come down with you for you to start your adventure, and then visiting another. I really couldn't believe how, once the regulated market opened up here, it was more options than like it's a facade that Vegas sports betting built on
fake.
sports bet. It's fake news. Like
Fake.
so much shit in this world, it's fake news.
It is fake. And yes, like the Godfather just alluded to, there are currently 29 different operators here in the province of Ontario. And that's gone down because places like CoolBet, Unibet, a few others that left. Yeah. But we're still at 29. And like I said, Vegas has 4 or 5. So if you have something else that you're going down there for, like the experience.
Yeah, Vegas. Hello.
It was incredible. I would do it again just to be in Vegas, but it would be nice if they added some outs. But I from locals there saying that list is more likely to go down than it is up, because they don't want competition, right? They don't want the DraftKings in there and the FanDuels and shit. No, you go to the casino to bet. That's right. So Nevada.
And let's face it, if you have a problem, say with Caesars got 10 properties there, all different names. You've got a problem times 10.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with MGM, you got a problem times 6.
Well, that's it. They're not going to give up that monopoly. Why would they?
No. Why would they?
Right? Why are they going to let DraftKings come
in? Why would they? That's why when we went to what's the place in Colorado we went to? Blackhawk,
yeah. General
right?
T-Bone.
Wow.
Likes the party.
Yes. Blackhawk was great because you had, the 20 casinos there or whatever it was, a dozen at least that I can remember. And they had their affiliations with each place had their affiliation with the big boy. You go into one property, it's a DraftKings property. You go to another property, it's a Bally's property. You go into another property, it's was there a FanDuel place?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was a FanDuel place there. I mean,
but it's different there because it's legal in the state, right? Because Nevada wants to keep the monopoly, they're not going to let all these apps come in. Whereas Colorado's open up. Colorado's basically Ontario.
Yeah, we had fun there. It was good.
We did. Okay, so there's your rundown. Next, I want to a couple questions. So you guys can leave us questions, whether you're watching on YouTube. If you ask questions on YouTube, I'm definitely getting to them. If you ask questions on Spotify, I just found a couple questions that were there that have been sitting there. So I've uploaded them. You can see them online on the different episodes now. But yeah, if you guys can throw questions our way, anything you have, whether it be sports betting related, crypto, I can try, Toronto, Vegas, organized crime for the Godfather, whatever it is, you can hit us up. So this question comes from Cherry Twister on Spotify, and he said,
Cherry Twister?
That's his screen name, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Cherry Twister. He said, I started following you guys from hearing you on the Avoid the Trap podcast, which I highly recommend going to check out. That's Antonina De Rosa and his crew.
Oh, okay.
Great listen. They
nice people, those guys. Nice people.
They are nice people. They have an episode, don't quote me on it, it might be episode 20, that Antonino actually talks about his betting syndicate, which is a phenomenal listen, like from top to bottom. And I can vouch that what he's saying is true. You can tell by the language when you've dealt with this kind of stuff. So Cherry Twister on Spotify, wants to know, since you're talking offshores, do you know what happened to Tony Five Dimes and why US can't bet there anymore? You want to take this one?
No. You can talk about Tony Five Dimes. Well, listen, you're the one that had the interaction with him.
I did have an interaction. I think any sports bettor, if you've been doing it long enough, you've had an interaction with Tony Five Dimes, especially as a sharp.
It's almost a badge of honor to have
Yes.
Tony Five Dimes take
Chew you
over
out.
a text or an
chat.
email thread,
Yeah.
a chat thread,
Yes.
and have him basically tell you in no uncertain terms, don't stop communicating with this sports book,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, we've all been through it, and I actually gave him an LOL. I'm like, wow, Tony Five Dimes chewing me out. I said, it's a pleasure, my man.
Yeah,
And
he wasn't too happy with that comeback.
no. He shot me down and made me feel pretty silly. So shout out to him. But yeah, unfortunate
Well, shout
event.
out to him. He's not fucking here anymore.
Yeah. Sorry. Respect to the family, I guess.
Yeah,
He was murdered. He was murdered. He was kidnapped for ransom, and they killed him. They killed him. So it's a terrible situation.
Yeah,
Terrible situation.
Are we going to tell them where, or is that not part of the story? That's okay.
It was down in Costa Rica. That's where Five Dimes is. It was.
Well,
And why aren't they dealing with the U.S.? I don't know for 100% certainty, but what I think it is, it's the same as why Pinnacle doesn't deal with the U.S.
It is.
There was that change in legislation in the United States that said offshore gambling is super illegal. Some people, like Bodog and Bookmaker, basically said, F you, we're doing it anyways. And there's other places that said, okay, we don't want no trouble, we're pulling out.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's the category that Five Dimes falls into. And I don't know, there's been a lot of change at Five Dimes. Like, I don't think we can play at it either up here in I don't even know if it exists anymore. I've heard on multiple occasions that they were closing. And every time I go on and say something about it or make a TikTok about it, they show up again and they're like, oh yeah, accepting new clients. So I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm pretty sure that's the reason why they're not in the U.S.
They were such a rogue book all those years when me and you were doing our thing for unconventional. Whenever we wanted to see like a Stordito line, that was
because
the Five Dimes line.
I think they were going purposely off numbers to screw around with teasers.
Yeah,
that's what the Full Dog explained to me one time, that they purposely went up to screw around with NFL teasers and NBA teasers, so to get off key numbers or something like that. Anyways, that's for all the smart guys. Go on Twitter.
No shortage of smart people there.
And where's the next thing we have to ask? Oh, yeah. So the last thing, I'm going to skip this NHL thing because I don't really care that much. Mark Stone, long-term IR, Vegas is doing it again. I think it's just the Leafs fans that are complaining about this.
Well, of course. When they hide people on the IR all year for salary cap reasons, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? We're near that time of year again where hopefully we have some pleasure.
NHL playoffs. National Marijuana Day, Bitcoin Halving Day, and one other special occasion is happening on this sacred day in April. Do you know what it is, Godfather? That's a question for you.
I have to say the fact that your birthday falls on 420 day, like
is that not a perfect harmony?
This is not lost on me. It is not. You get some stones. At your Toastmasters word of the day antagonist. You can't make this shit up. You cannot. The fact that you're born on Stoner Day, you cannot make this up. So yeah, there you go.
Yes, so that is happening, and we will be getting together, Godfather, because we like to get together. And who's our team this year? Florida in the first round?
Buddy, it's anybody but.
But then
okay, anybody. Yeah. I don't get. That's it. Once it's over, I don't.
Hockey's done. Yeah, whatever.
Who cares?
Okay. Last question before we sign off and let everyone go and stop listening to you screaming about strangers.
Well, I'm sorry. It upset me.
No shit.
So we should have postponed the podcast due to this unfortunate bullshit, and we could have done it tomorrow. Whatever. But
that never works. I've tried to postpone Friday podcasts on you multiple times, and you're like, no, Pisk, let's get it done. And I thank you for that, because the worst thing you can do with this kind of shit is to keep pushing it and keep pushing it. We wouldn't be doing it anymore.
I told you.
So
I'm a very protective guy. Okay, I'm a family guy.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know why, consider you family. So I said I was going to help you out, and I'm fucking helping you out. Yes or no?
You're doing a great job. And now I'm gonna.
So even when I'm not feeling it, and even though I got 100 other things to do, Friday rolls around, I shave, I make sure that I look presentable. Okay?
And you do.
And we do it.
Good. And we do it. We're getting to 100. We're getting to 100. So then we see.
You got to give me some leeway. You got to give me a little bit of rope. I take things personal. That's why I'm trying not to go on Twitter and social media and all this other fucking shit that's out there. For all this douchebaggery that's out there, I try not to get involved. But,
every now and then,
you hit
across
me.
Your feed.
I don't know when. I was too hot. I didn't check when this post was posted, and if you waited intentionally to fucking give it to me an hour before because you have an angle all the time with me. You love to see me get pissed off. So anyway,
well,
what's the next topic?
Since you don't take anything personally, our next question is from one of our Twitter guys at Swole Patrol 007. I want to thank him for saying. Yes, he said he's a fellow Ontarian. And he said he's been trying to play some pro line at the store lately.
Why?
And he wants the Godfather's opinion on why he's going to Petro Canada and Loblaws and Shoppers Drug Mart and trying to play $100 per outcome. And they're saying, no, $100 per person. The rollout has been a disaster, he said. He said, I want you on the podcast to let the Godfather know that it's a disaster, and I want to hear his opinion on it.
It's $100 per outcome? They changed it?
That's the wordage that went out.
Okay, so this is
But now everyone's confused because they're like, it's Back to the Future. Pisky and the Godfather said it was Back to the Future on the podcast.
Well, the problem
it's not.
Here is, so clearly, if they've made a change from per ticket to per outcome, Sanjay at the corner gas station, he's not going to read that. He didn't even make the meeting that there was a change. So for him, it's ingrained in his head $100 per person. So that you bring me 3 different $100 tickets, he's not going to play it.
It's a disaster, though.
So
Disgrace.
My recommendation, it's disgrace. There you go. Let's shoot shit at them again. That's fine. Okay. Eventually, I will shed my deep protective instincts with them as well. Eventually.
Okay.
We're still not there. So what I suggest for your friend, okay, if he is stating he's being wronged, okay,
yes.
He needs to calmly, he needs to call. He needs to, you call. He has to out the retailer. They will have to send. There are people that I know that make good money that are on the re-education team. They will take a drive of this is the only way to do it. You ask me and I'm answering.
Okay.
They will go there and they will re-educate the gas station, the convenience store, the Loblaws that's got a 15-year-old with their first job trying to get through a shift. Okay?
Re-education.
Re-education. And he has to be persistent. Because as we know, our friends don't like negativity. And for you, the ambassador of positivity, I don't know how you guys can't get along, but they only like positivity.
Yeah, that's
if they have retailers that are saying no, because they're still citing the 2021 way of doing business, okay? Got to take, if it means that much to you, you got to work. You got to do some work. You understand?
Yes. Yeah, that's, you know what? That is great advice. And
you have to out the retailer. But you know the address.
Yeah.
And you don't need particulars.
Re-education. That's good. That's a key word. I think that would work really well in an email or a chat or
Absolutely.
something. Re-education. Very good.
And don't play games. I know you're going to write the email for him. I know, because that's going to somehow...
Dude, just when you said you got to call the lottery, like, I can't think of a worse call. So yesterday, this podcast, the hosting service, it started at Anchor.fm. Spotify bought them. So then it became podcast for Spotify, Spotify for podcasters. Okay, some internal change or whatever. Yeah, whatever. And then yesterday it said, hey, listen, we're changing it again. It's just becoming Spotify now. So what you got to do is link your Spotify account with your podcast account. So I said, okay, sure. Click, clack, cloop, whatever. I have like 12 days to do this. Bum, bum, bum. Done. There was a generic Spotify account logged into the browser on my computer here. So now the podcast was connected to an account that had nothing to it. I'm a premium subscriber of Spotify. But now, you know what I mean? So I had to jump on chat and talk to someone about getting unlinked with this random account that it linked to and link it to my proper Spotify account. Do you know how painful that was?
Buddy.
Dude, I lost my cool. And being the positive guy in the internet space, I lost my cool. So I'm not always happy. I was not happy yesterday. It was so painful to talk to this individual. And now that they want me to verify that this is actually my account that it's linked to. I'm like, but it's not. Dude, it was randomly logged in on my computer. They're asking for screenshots. They're asking for... when did you create the account? I need an exact date. It was a nightmare. So when you say call the lottery corporation, I think they're probably one of the worst customer service to deal with now that their star has moved on to greener pastures.
Yes.
So be careful with that. But
I'm just telling you, this individual, he wants to get some movement on this. This is the only way.
Great advice. And thank you for those questions, guys. Honestly, you make this a lot easier, especially in the dog days of summer. I'm running out of things to talk about. So please, hit us with questions. They can be weird. Let's put the Godfather on the spot. Let's make him uncomfortable.
No, don't put the Godfather on the spot.
Yell and scream at me on social media if you want. Tell me I'm a bad person. I'm too happy. In trouble with the masses for being too happy. Too happy.
I don't get that.
He's like this in real life. He's like that. He's always smiling. He's always laughing. I don't understand it.
Come on. That's...
Wow. All right. On that note, thank you everyone for joining us, and we'll catch you all next week. 5 to go before we hit the big hundo.
Ciao.
Peace. Ciao.